Hello and welcome to Saturday.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Women of Nerd Culture. We are the Women of Nerd Culture. I am Sarah, and as ever, with me is my partner in crime, Becca.
Hello.
And you may have noticed we have some guests. We're following up on our previous episode on our experiences with tabletop RPGs, and we've got some special guests on. We've got Sophie, Amy, and Nicole for a new online Dungeons and Dragons show by group Crits and Gigs. Hi, guys, and welcome.
Thank you for
Hello.
having us.
Thank you for having us.
You can hear these picture in the background. That's the girls there. And the guys are hiding.
There we are. Very cleverly placed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with the showcase and how it looks. It's great.
You couldn't have placed it any better.
To be
I
fair.
know, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like we planned it.
It's like you planned the photo just for this podcast.
We knew.
Must have known. Yeah.
Planned it so far in advance.
And to be fair, I'm impressed because this is the most amount of guests that we've ever had in the year that we've been doing this. So thank you so much for joining us. We're excited about this, but do you guys want to tell us a little bit about you guys and what you're doing?
Yeah. So we're part of a show called The Longest Rest, which is part of Crits and Gigs, which is like the overarching name of it. There'll be lots of seasons called lots of different things, but the first season is called The Longest Rest. It's in collaboration with a company called Mediaborn, and the reason we've chosen to work with those guys is that they are doing something really exciting in the UK, which is virtual production. So this whole campaign that we have, this 6-episode kind of short introductory campaign for Crits and Gigs, The Longest Rest, is all using virtual production, which is super, super exciting. It looks really cool, and we love it.
Was looking at some of your the Instagram video that you had around it, and I was fascinated because obviously we both play D&D, and I also play some other different versions of tabletop games, and I was just like, that's amazing. I was like, I want to go look at it.
Yeah.
It was really surreal going from, because like when I've played D&D in the past, mostly just been online, to be honest, like few in-person games here and there. So like actually playing a whole campaign in person with all the cool bits and bobs, and each episode kept adding like cooler and cooler little things, and I was like, this is such a cool opportunity. It was awesome.
Oh,
It's so surreal being in the big kind of green screen room as well, where it's like this massive curved green studio, just green everywhere. And then we also had the privilege of like a live preview. So the screen, like there was like a big screen that we could look at where we could see like what the environment looked like in the green screen room. And it was
Amazing.
so
that's
cool
so cool
to be able to look at that. It's such interesting technology, like this virtual production technology. It's so quick, and it's like so interesting to see how fast it can process
So
like the keying. And
is it in the Northeast?
it is, yeah. It's
Yeah.
actually in Gateshead. It is Gateshead, right?
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mediaborn is based in Gateshead, and they're doing some incredible things with virtual production all around the Northeast, and like all around the country as well. They do virtual production stuff all over the country. So it's really cool to get to work with them. And Dan, who wrote the show and who is the DM, he's basically like a virtual production expert at this point. Like he was like right there at the beginning of everyone using it, and he knows so much about the tech, and he really knows how to use it well, and make something look really, really good. So that's really exciting.
That's so cool because we loved meeting you guys at Nerdfest. We got to obviously have a look at your green screen. You had a mini version of it and stuff, and
Yeah.
it was amazing. It was really fascinating. So I can't imagine how amazing it looks like, just the production on a bigger scale.
Yeah.
I think as well, like obviously Dan, our DM and our creator, the father of all creation, that is Crits and Gigs. Basically everyone is a fan of the tabletop gaming side of things, but it was like how do we prove ourselves to be unique in a different way? Obviously virtual production was something that he was immersed in, and it was like, why don't we apply that to something that we love? And it's a kind of way of getting viewers more immersed in what we're doing, instead of it just being on a set where, you know, people turn up like their day job. It is, we are literally in, spoiler, we're basically you know, on a location that could be, you know, considered the, I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but basically we're immersing you in the environment in a new and engaging way, in theory.
That was good. Very professional.
Thank you. Thank you. It's after 8 and I have put like 2 children to bed after 30, you know, 30. So I think I'm looking at like what we've written down.
Yes, we do
Yeah.
have a few
Yeah.
things written.
But yeah, just, you know, we there are D&D shows that are, you know, current on YouTube and things like that, and you know, we watch them ourselves. It was like, how can we be different, how can we stand out? And with virtual production, as Nicole said, being something that is pioneering at the moment, especially in the Northeast, and us being at the precipice of that, then why not utilize that in, you know, something that we enjoy?
Yeah.
Which sounds so much better than what I just said. If you could just cut everything I said at the beginning, that would be swell.
No, we keep it
good.
raw, and it's brilliant to hear it. And it's brilliant to hear the passion that you have for the whole process. So no, we're not going to be cutting that out. It gets to stay. The passion gets to
It was
stay.
good.
I've
We
got
try
that
to
eventually.
avoid cutting things out if we can.
Yeah.
I like
It's
that.
just
That's
more a
nice.
case of because obviously, yeah, you know, it's called The Longest Rest. I will not tell you anything too much about it, but yeah, we're not in on a set. We are in the world. So and I'm hoping that when people watch it, they're like, wow, this is something new, unique. And it means that we don't have to change a set like other people were, or we don't have to keep the same. We can go anywhere in the world for another campaign. You know,
Or not in the world.
or not in the world. Not even in
Yeah.
you know, not even in D&D. We could go to Call of Cthulhu or see what I mean? I knew what that was called. You know, it could take you anywhere. So and I think that's something that I think will be really intriguing for new viewers to this. So yeah.
It's certainly the side of it I'm looking forward to seeing all that, because I mean I'm not very, I would say I'm not very creative. I'm more of like a visual person. I like a map. I like a character sheet in front of me, a physical one. I like to see a picture of where my characters are in the world. So the green screen side of it really appeals to me.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It's just taken that one step further, and it allows for so many other options, as you were saying there, for adventures.
Yeah. I mean, and it can only grow from what we have at the moment. We kind of stay in like a similar location throughout for this like short introductory campaign, but we're only just getting introduced to the world of Quandary, which is like where it's set. So this first season is like a teeny tiny pocket of what Quandary is, and we kind of stay in the same place for the whole thing. But the scope of the sort of virtual production side of it is, like Sophie and Amy were saying, we could go anywhere in the world or not in the world. And as the seasons grow and as we get more viewership and hopefully, you know, more time and more money and investment and things like that, we could go anywhere. We could do anything with it. So the sort of flexibility that virtual production has is so exciting for like D&D, for a show like this.
Imagine the Easter eggs you could make.
I know. It's
Done.
so fun to think
My
about.
mind races constantly
Oh.
with all the
Yeah, and
Easter
it's all
eggs.
kind of
Easter eggs of your own worlds in with other Easter eggs from every
right. How cool is
Absolutely.
that?
Oh,
And it's
Easter
all
egg
kind of
inception.
created in Unreal Engine, so it's something that can be constructed by, you know, whatever kind of creative vision someone has. So
Yeah.
we could add whatever we wanted. We could create whatever we wanted, given, you know, what we can do, the limitations of Unreal Engine. But, you know, we can kind of use it and live and exist in the worlds that we create in that engine. That's incredible. It's like doing D&D in a video game. It's a combination of two
Yeah.
things. Really
And
exciting.
also, we can make Amy's character really small.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you yeah, so you guys would have probably seen the trailer that we had out at Nerdfest, and you can, I don't know if you can tell, but we do dress up as our characters.
I love that.
As a cosplayer, I was very excited for.
Yes.
But it also means, like Nicole's just said, it also means that me as a gnome, that, you know, that's the species, the word. that my character
Race,
is,
yeah.
I can be with these other characters there and then, like, because we've got green screen technology to help do that. So that was interesting, as you can imagine. It also means that when we come to think about like social media content and, you know, doing, you know, little pockets of other projects here, there and everywhere, we have got one space that can take us everywhere.
Mhm.
So yeah, we don't, you know, it doesn't necessarily just have to be our show. It can also be like additional content, or if we wanted to do, you know, like videos about the characters, we've got a space and we don't have to go here, there and everywhere, because it's there for us
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
utilize in some very interesting ways.
Yeah.
Oh, now for our listeners out there or viewers, are you able to give us a brief intro into who you're going to be playing? I know you said no, Amy. I mean, obviously we want to see the character develop, but do we get a preview of class and race, or?
I think we'll be allowed that.
Yeah,
I think so.
Because obviously the introductions to our show, we introduce ourselves straight away.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm a character called Dexter, and she is a gnome bard. As you guys may or may not know, I was completely new to D&D before I started this. I'd never played it before in my life, so I thought, let's go something easy, a bard. Which turns out not be so
Famous
easy
last
after all.
words.
But it's because I thought I could sing, I could play an instrument, that would be fun. Whether or not I do that is completely up to
You
the
play the
watchers.
flute a lot. It's
do.
great. It's honestly
It-
any kind of like end of joke, or like if someone's like talking too much, and like Dexter, Amy as her character, will just pick up a flute and be like,
I love
like
that.
play them
I
off.
love that.
Kinda, you're done talking now.
That's
we're
such
just
a
trying to
bard
like
thing.
literally play it to our strengths. So I was like, I can play the recorder. Does that help? Like, that's how much of a cool bard she is. None of this guitar loop, you know. I'm allowed to swear? Shit.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
it,
okay. You're all
hold
good.
it.
You're all good.
Literally first school recorder. Descant. There we go. Grade 1. But yeah,
That's all you need.
I'd like to think that she is a funny character. She has a very fluctuating Geordie accent all the way through. So
It's okay.
but yeah, that's my character.
Geordie accent flutters, so don't worry.
Yeah. So and she has a kind of familiar called Bruno, and he's a magpie. So Bruno, named after Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle United, but no one cares about that. But yeah, so that's my character, Dexter, gnome bard with a magpie companion, who probably is more popular than I. So he's a pretty darn cool character, and he's voiced by this guy Liam. So all the way through, it's like Liam.
It's very
Liam,
meta. Yeah,
Yeah.
Liam at one point I think has a conversation with himself as
That's
his
so
character,
funny.
and then as Bruno.
I have to say, Bruno was one of the things that did stand out to me on some of the Instagram clips.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
immediately drawn in. I mean, some of my favourite animals are birds anyway, and I think magpies get a harsh rep. So
Absolutely.
I was immediately drawn into him. How can you not love something who loves a shiny?
The way that's it, isn't it? And it's like,
Yeah,
how could we be proper Geordie, Newcastle,
two
Northeast?
are
What would signal the masses?
Yeah, little
Of the
partners in
Northeast.
crime, honestly.
Yeah, Bruno is a little villain, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Very cheeky.
Yeah, very cheeky little guy.
But yeah, that's me done.
Sophie, how about you?
Oh, I'm a Fae, so that's part of 5e now, I believe. You can fill that in if that's wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm a ranger Fae. My name is Lamb Legs because she has the legs of a lamb.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
There's a bit of backstory to it. You do actually kind of find out why that's their name. But yeah, they are kind of lost, childlike, very full of whimsy, and very will just go for the first thought that pops into her head. So that's Lamb Legs really. And there's a lot of Nicole's character trying to hold Lamb Legs back. Trying to get, I think Amy's character does that a lot as well. I think
I'm
she's
just
just
like-
a bit of the wild card.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One of her little quirks is she likes to collect fabric. So throughout, actually, something that we were doing was kind of adding things to her outfit kind of every time you would see her. So there's one point, there's like a scene where she like wraps herself in a curtain, and then it would be like the next time you saw her, she just has like a curtain skirt.
I love that.
So yeah, she's really fun. It was my first time playing a ranger. I'm usually more of a fighter, kind of spells confuse me sometimes, so it was a little bit of a handful getting used to that, but it was also very fun. Yeah, she's a great character. I really love her.
Awesome. How about you, Nicole?
So I play a human warlock named Fia. She's a wizened old Irish lady. She's got the weight of the world on her shoulders, sea salt in her face. She just talks for days and days and days. She likes to think that she has, great advice to give everyone all the time. She's a little bit mad. She's super strong. Yeah, that's Fia.
Allowed to talk about a little.
Signals,
I
signals.
think we'll leave that for the show because it is a mystery that kind of like unveils after a little bit of time.
That's fine. You
Um,
reveal how much or how little you want to.
Yeah.
Don't want to spoil it.
But yeah, I think the reason I chose Fia is my whole family is Irish, and I kind of wanted to add a little bit of that culture in there. I do speak a little bit of Irish Gaelic at the beginning. And I did want her to swear in Irish Gaelic throughout, but promptly forgot as soon as I started. Just totally forgot to do that. So, but yeah, she's a cool old gal. I do love her.
Oh, lovely.
Brilliant. Are you allowed to tell us when the first episode comes out? Or do you know?
Yes, it should be before New Year.
Not long.
So at
Not
the end
long.
of the year. So it was actually supposed to be earlier than that, but it turns out editing a load of virtual production footage is kind of difficult. It takes a very long time. And it's not just that, like the systems it requires to process, like that takes a very, very, very powerful system to be able to work with that footage. So it's taken a lot longer just due to technical reasons and things like that. And also because we just want the quality to be as high as possible. This is going to be everyone's first impression of us and our show and what we're doing. And we just really want it to be kind of the best quality it can be. We don't want to just whack it out so it's out there, you know what I mean? We need
Yeah.
it to be a good first impression. So
Yeah.
we're trying our best to kind of polish it as much as we can with the technology constraints that we have.
I mean, the beautiful thing about it as well is like I feel like we've all been involved in some capacity other than just being around the table. So it does feel kind of like our own homebrew, if you like our own
Yeah.
sort of baby that we've brought up together. So yeah, we definitely just want it to be as good as it can be, and it will be for sure. But yeah, as Nicole was saying, like those background renderings take like a ridiculously long amount of time, and we were doing like little bits ourselves in terms of editing and stuff, not the whole thing, but bits and bobs just to help out. And it's like, yeah, I do have a pretty chunky laptop, but it couldn't handle half of the stuff it was doing.
I can imagine.
Yeah, it sounded like a helicopter at one point.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, better save that just in case.
I think as well, kudos really needs to go to Dan because he's not just the
Absolutely. Let's
DM
just
and the creator and the writer and the director and the technical wizard and the virtual production person and the editor and the post-production and the post-production. Like it's such a small, close-knit team, and I think so much needs to go to Dan for how much he has put his heart and soul into this. And I think, as Nicole says, the reason we've kept it back is because we need to showcase that.
Yeah.
If we put it out quickly, it wouldn't kind of highlight just how much has gone into it.
Mhm.
Like even beforehand, we did 3 weekends of like getting to know each other and backstory and building the world before we even started to play, so that when we did eventually, begin filming, that we had a really good extensive knowledge of our characters and how they would relate and interact, as well as a little bit about how they would deal in situations and things like that. And again, that's very much down to Dan, who was there to kind of guide us, and especially me. Like, I really appreciate the team that we've got, because as I say, I've never played it before, and it's like, is this correct? Is this right? Am I allowed to do this? And it's usually no. Can't do that, Amy.
And the beautiful thing was as well, we
Yeah.
even actually auditioned to be in the show. So I've actually known Dan and Nicole for, I don't even want to say how long.
I think
Probably coming
around,
up to like 15 years or something now.
yeah.
Since we were in uni. So I've known those guys for a long while, and kind of met back up with Dan. I lived out of the UK for a while, so when I got back, kind of met up with Dan, started playing D&D. But yeah, like we all auditioned for it. So I've only met Amy since we started filming, and we're like really good
Oh,
friends
wow.
now. We've hung out loads this year and hung out with our kids and
all
stuff.
of the team have met my children.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all just
Played
a
with
big
them and
happy
taken them
family
out to
now.
cafes.
Yeah.
And also
So.
Liam, who's in there as well, the extra tall one. Met Liam for the first
Extra
time there.
tall.
Well, we have the tall one and the extra tall one. The tall
Everyone's
one.
tall to me. That doesn't make much
Yeah,
difference.
same.
Yeah.
I'm very small.
Tall one is my partner, so I've known him for a while. And then meeting
Just a little
Liam as
while.
well. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just been great. I feel like it was as if we'd all known each other for years. It was
Yeah.
lovely. Like, we all
Yeah.
gelled really well.
It's
I
always
think,
it's always nice when things like that happen. It comes together for a reason.
yeah,
We
absolutely.
can
feel like
relate because
that.
me and Becca's only known each other for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. We met through Nerdy Up North, and within a year we're like best buds. Let's do a podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love
that.
that.
Yeah.
It's
so-
actually kind of crazy. Me and Amy used to know each other like 10 years ago. Because I'm a trained actor. I went to like acting school and stuff like that. And I used to do short films with Amy in Newcastle, because Amy's been acting for a really long time as well.
I'm just never good at it.
Yes, you are. Don't say that. You're brilliant. So we were genuinely in like loads of projects when I was like really young. And then 10 years
Oh
later.
my God, I know you.
I know you. Oh my God, it's you. 10 years later, we came together for this project. And then obviously me and Sophie, we've known each other for 15 years. And then we
Yeah.
came together for this. And then obviously Dan's my partner. We've been together 15 years. And it just feels like it was meant to come together. I know that sounds so cheesy. That sounds so
No,
corny.
it's okay. We
Also
support
not.
that cheesiness on the
cheese.
wonk. We support that, so don't you worry.
And like obviously Dave and Liam, they fit in so well to the whole
Yeah.
dynamic.
Yeah.
And it just, as soon as we sat around the table, it just worked. And it was so surprising to be like, all of these people I've known in some capacity, in some way through my life. And I never expected that we'd all come together in this incredible way and be able to kind of get on the way that we do and bounce off each other the way that we do. It's really amazing. I didn't expect to meet such an incredible group of people, really.
I'm getting a bit teary-eyed over here.
Oh.
Right. I'm checking to see if my headphones are gonna die. Sorry.
No, it's
Oh no, we're all good.
We're all good.
We're good. We're good.
You
I
good?
can still hear you.
Because I mean, I don't know how well Amy knows them, but do you know Laura Lee well? Laura Lee Daly.
Yes.
Yes, because we had her and Diane on
All
from
right.
Sick a couple of months ago.
Yeah, so I'm part of Newcastle Film Club as well. So I'll know them from that circuit as well.
That was going through my head going, I wonder if they know them.
Yeah. Weirdly, Laura was directing a play at Live Theatre where I had one of my plays on. So and honestly, everyone's in this weird circle where everyone just meets and just mixes and in this weird, horrible
Honestly,
way,
the
but
the older I get, I realise that the world is actually not that big.
not in the northeast either. You know,
No.
it's so full to the brim with like talented, creative people that if I think you'll eventually meet everybody in some capacity.
Yeah.
I saw when we were at Nerdfest with Quits and Gigs, another girl that was on another nerdy stall that did game RPG type stuff clubs is a girl that was from the film club, and she was like, I know, like, oh hello, and it was just everyone will end up meeting someone at some point. And
Yeah.
it's just it's nice though. It's nice. It means it makes like creative networking a little bit easier, I think. So I'd like to think that once we get an episode out, it will take off in the sense of at least in the northeast, because so many people are involved in some element. So if it's not D&D, then it'll be the virtual production.
Yeah.
And if it's not that, then maybe it's the kind of like storytelling side of things, and like the role play. Because I will give the team their dues. Like the one thing that I think we all did really well was the role play side of things. I mean, you've heard this Irish accent; it's incredible. So,
Oh my god, so good. I think Nicole had me crying at one point
Yeah.
actually at the table. I'm like, I'm not meant to be doing this.
oh, well, then that's what, yeah. But like even like Liam and like Dave plays a character that is just a caricature, and I think it's hilarious, and just
Yeah.
and like Nicole says with the bonding on the table, I think when the characters came out as well, it's like the same level of bonding. And yeah, I hope that it comes across that we had a good time. Because it's fun just watching the rushes as well, like looking back on, that was funny.
Just
Yeah.
just from the trailer,
Uh,
I got absolutely amazing positive vibe. So that's why we kept coming back to talk to you guys, because we were like,
Lush.
we need to have you guys on. We were like,
we need to know more.
yeah, we did.
us.
And we just so I'm so glad that you guys wanted to come on and you wanted to join us for our tabletop roleplay G
Yes.
September, but came into October because we had a bit of a holiday, so we had to kind of move the episode slightly.
Kind of reject a little bit.
Love it. Love it.
Right, so obviously, well, for the online show, you're doing Dungeons and Dragons, but have you guys played any other TTRPGs? Like, what did you start with? Have you played anything else, or anything else you'd like to play?
I've only done D&D, and I have actually only ever played with Dan, the GM of Crits and Gigs. But I think that was my 4th campaign, and we've done a lot of different themes, I would say. So yes, it has been D&D, but there's been a lot of homebrews in there.
Yeah.
Every genre's been a little different. We've done the classic dragons, we've done dragons in space, we've done dragons and witches, like that kind of thing as well. Even the other day we were playing one of our campaigns with our friends, and I forgot what character I was, because I was like, who am I playing? I started actually speaking like my character Lamblegs from The Longest Rest, and I was like, that's not who I am. So I've not played any others yet. I know my partner David, he is looking at trying to do some Call of Cthulhu soon.
Right,
I think that's something we've all been a little bit interested in, because we keep saying, as lovely as it is, Dan has only killed off like one of our characters in the past. We were like, we want danger. We want to like just kill us off in the first episode. That's fine.
You need that total party kill.
Yeah. Just want the adrenaline, so yeah, hopefully we'll get to do some of that soon once life settles down a little bit. You know how it can be.
We get you.
Yeah. Nicole, have you done much else on TTRPGs?
No, not loads. I mean, I did Trash Pandas. I don't know
Oh,
if you
yes.
guys know that one.
I haven't played it, but I've heard of it.
It's so much fun. But the reason we decided to do that was we're with a group of people who had never done a TTRPG before. So it was a really fun kind of introductory way to get people into the role play aspect of things, because it's kind of more light and silly and fun and humorous. Also kids on bikes. Is it kids on bikes or kids on brooms? So that actually, I was inspired by Dimension 20 for that one. So that's the whole reason I got into D&D actually in 2020. I think a lot of people got into a lot of kind of RPG stuff in 2020.
Yeah.
But it was just something that I felt like I really needed, some kind of way to express creativity and imagination, like you do when you're a kid and you run around and you create worlds with each other and it's collaborative and it feels like you're bonding in a way that I feel like you don't get a lot as an adult. I
Not
feel
as
like creating,
Definitely.
yeah, like having a shared world that you all contribute to, that's kind of unreal. And I think we were all searching for that at a time where we weren't able to connect properly. So for me, it was 2020. I got super into D&D, started watching loads of Dimension 20. I was playing D&D practically every day. But yeah, it's just a lot of D&D for me, and then obviously a couple of other things. But I'd really love to try more because I feel like it's a combination of a load of things that I love. I'm like super into acting and kind of improv and things like that, and super into creativity, super into that kind of bonding that creates. So the more I can do, the more I will do.
Yeah.
Really.
I know you said it's your first one there, Amy, but is there anything else that you fancy trying? Have you heard of any that you'd like to go,
I'm not entirely sure. Like the more I started thinking about it, I don't know if they're TTRPGs or not, but like I have played like board games like Arkham Horror or Mysterium Park, I think it was
Right, yeah.
called. So I suppose that's similar, but I've only like played them once or twice. Like we tried to have board game nights with other adults, and that lasted like a day. Because my husband and I are antisocial little buggers.
It's all good.
But yeah, we were talking about is it Daggerheart, the new one?
I've been
come
playing
out?
that.
Yeah. So that's what that's what I'd like to try, because with it being fairly new, it'd be nice to be on the same level as everyone else, getting to know the game and getting to know the rules. Because I won't lie, I was slightly intimidated that everyone knew what they were doing. But it also made it more interesting for me, because I was literally like putting my character in this position really early, and I was needing to ask the characters for help and support, which I suppose you would do in real life if you weren't sure of something. So we agreed that it might be a good thing for viewers who may have never played it before to kind of follow along.
Yeah.
So we do kind of answer our own questions as we go along, so it's almost like part D&D, part role play, part like beginner's guide too at the same time. So yeah. Like Nicole says, it's nice being in a place where you can create your own worlds, and I read a lot of books, a lot of romantasy. So yeah, I went home buzzing every time we filmed, going like, I loved being in that world, and it's such a shame that we had to stop it there. Like our reactions where we're like, "What?" The end of the episode was very.
I can't wait.
The cliffhangers.
The cliffhangers.
In 2 weeks till we film again. No, like what will my life be like? So yeah, Daggerheart's one that I think I've got on my list, just purely for the kind of beginner side of things. It'd be nice
Daggerheart is
to
good. I've played about 4 sessions of it. And it's very different from D&D, but I'm thankful that we are all learning together, because it's a lot. It's a very different style, but it's a lot less on the DM, which is nice. Yes.
So what about you guys? What are your favorite?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Go.
No, please.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should probably do more to take it off the D&D, but we just don't. We could do more, but
no, we won't. It's fine.
You'll remember that, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
So
there was
Mike's
a lot during the editing sessions where we had to cut out a lot of dead air of Dan just being like,
Oh.
Well, I don't know how many health points you've got. Like, well, why not?
guys,
You know all the numbers.
yeah.
Honestly, Amy, I've been playing D&D on and off for like about 15 years now, and I still have moments where I sit there going, well, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Literally. What dice is that?
What? Hang on. My wizard uses 3 different dice now. Why?
To be fair, that's why I have, when I play D&D, as I have them all wrote out of which dice, and I have the dices above the spells, because I really struggle. I really struggle, and that's the only way that I could get around dice maths.
That is a
That is
great
good.
idea.
That is so
Post-it
smart.
notes along your desk.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have lots and lots of dices for that reason.
Oh. Oh, you're like me. Mine are all purple themed.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. But I've also created a dice dragon. So if we go to any events, she's like, I like that dice. I'm like, you've got about 50 of them, so if you know.
Have you guys found that you want more dice since playing? Are you becoming dice goblins?
Mhm.
You know,
Honest-
I'm not. I don't know
You're
what
not.
it is. I'm not becoming a dice goblin. And I think it's because I live with Dan and he has
Dan's a
more
dice
dice
goblin.
than any human being should ever have. It's crazy. They are just everywhere. They're everywhere.
I
This
think
is my beautiful dice holder.
Oh, I love it. I think they breed in my house, to be fair. I'm not claiming ownership for the fact that I have lots of dice. I think they breed. Because last Christmas, I just kept finding packets of them that I'd obviously bought at some point and everywhere.
They're such great
It's
gifts
just-
for
yeah.
people, though.
They are.
Like, get
They
me
are
some
good
cool
gifts.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Both myself and my partner, we're both dice goblins. So like there are bags and bags and bags. We've got a glass skull full of dice just in the kitchen at the minute because we've got nowhere else to put it. And it's like it's full. It's like about this big and it's full.
I love that. You could roll for
I
your
have, like-
ingredients and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
Rolls
cool.
a sandwich.
I have
I like his
the
channel.
opposite. I have like the opposite thing. I have one set of dice that I just really treasure, that I really, really love, and that's the one that I bring out all the time, and that's like my lucky dice. I put them under the moon. before I
Yeah,
play.
recharge them. That's such a good
Yeah,
idea.
right?
Yeah.
Dices need to learn. They need to learn that they have to behave.
But Nicole, you need at
Exactly.
least 2 sets of dice in case one starts acting up. So then you
Yeah.
put those ones in the dice jail.
That's so true, but that hasn't happened yet. I've loved my dice, and I forgive them for minor transgressions. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's because she's treated her dices nicely that she's not having to put them in dice gel.
Exactly.
You might be onto something there.
Am I in dice jail? Do they need releasing?
1 second.
Oh, I love it. I do love it. But
This
getting
is my
away.
dice jail. It's a
have you
little,
got it?
little wooden box.
Oh my
Open
god,
the
it's
door.
so
That's cute, sir.
You put the dice in, and you just leave it at one side. It says bad dice on the top across here.
That's adorable.
That's legit adorable. I love that so much.
But I only
That
put them in
has
there.
yeah. That
if
has
you
to go into
put them-
season 2, where we just all go, everyone
Dice jail.
to dice jail.
If the dice start rolling under a certain amount, more than 3 times in a row, they go in dice jail, and they get
That's a
to
good idea.
contemplate their actions.
You think about what you have done.
You think about that nat one. Think about it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, we've given our dice characters and personalities.
At this point, I think I've got a set of dice for each character I play.
Oh, I
Oh,
do
wow.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
if you make a new character, you've got to have a new set of dice
Yeah.
to go with them.
Mhm.
I love that. Although I could never cheat on my dice. They'll turn against me.
Yes. Let's not have that happen.
Oh, no.
But getting away from sort of D&D and TTRPGs, do you consider yourself nerdy, and what are your main nerdisms?
Everyone's like, right.
All right.
How long have we got?
Come on then.
Where do we
Come
begin?
on then.
I'll let someone else go first.
Well, I guess I'll go first. So I am actually a video game tester. So like my whole job, I play video games all day.
I love that.
I'd love
Yeah.
that.
It's really cool. Sometimes I'm like, is this a real job? Like I get into work and I'm like, how is this even possible? There are a lot of things that are kind of difficult about it, but in reality, I do just play video games all day, so I can't really complain. I also speak fluent Japanese, and I think that's like a really super nerdy thing about me.
Mhm.
I really, really love JRPGs. I'm like obsessed with them. So I really wanted to learn how to speak Japanese to be able to understand them like on a cultural and linguistic level. in a way that I thought I wouldn't be able to with just like the translation, which I do recognize is a bit of a disservice to translators and localizers to say like, oh, I won't understand it. Like, I understand it's their whole job to make sure that you do. But I just wanted to understand the culture like on a deeper level. Yeah, I think everything that I do has like an injection of nerd in it, in like the best way. If I'm not playing video games all day or studying Japanese, I'm playing D&D or I'm hanging out with friends and making a D&D show. I don't feel like there's anything in my life that isn't kind of injected with that sort of culture. And I love my life because of it. So there you go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I actually I brought my my nerd thing with me. I cross stitch. And this is a pattern that I made myself, so I also make my own cross stitch patterns. This is an Expedition 33 cross stitch that I have put together.
Oh, yeah.
It's a work in progress. It's not quite finished yet. But it's on Etsy, Stitch with Sophie. If you guys
don't worry, we're gonna put your socials and stuff down below if you want us to, so don't worry.
Can I just say, Sophie, I love the pigeons.
Have you seen my pigeons?
Yeah.
I've seen your pigeons. I've seen your pigeons.
They're my horoscopes. Coo, as in pigeon. Yes, I make my own cross stitch patterns. I love to cross stitch. I love K-pop and trinkets. I've got all my guys behind me here and on shelves. That's my expensive hobby, is the K-pop hobby. Also a video game nerd. I used to work in games, but unfortunately no longer do. What else is there? I think that's probably it. If I think of something else, I'll let you know.
Come on then, Amy.
Okay, I guess I'm sure I'm the same with it as everyone. We've all got a bit of ADHD in us in some way. So I change my hobby like I change my socks like every 5 seconds. So once upon a time it was cosplay. So I was a big cosplayer. Used to do a lot, like hosting a lot of like comic events in costume. And then I got old and had kids, and that kind of went down a little bit.
Shouldn't stop you though.
But this is it. Like my best friend, she does Nerdfest, Gwyneth, Gente cosplay. So she was like my partner in crime. So I am trying to get back into it, but it's expensive.
It is.
It's like another expensive hobby. Obviously, like with Nicole, filmmaking. So I tend to do lots of silly little films now and again, and they always tend to be fantasy related in some way, shape, or form. I write. So I write plays. So my latest one was at Live Theatre. I'm also writing a fantasy novel, which I'm really happy with at the moment. Actually, it's about magic school. So everything that I find really annoying about my own job, I just put in that book. So
It's like
I just hope
therapy.
honestly, I hope nobody reads it, because I was like, I said to my parents, "Is this obvious that who this is about? Like, is this obvious? This is blatantly my school." And they're like, maybe just cut that down a little bit. But yeah, I like to draw, so I started a webtoon once upon a time. Couldn't be bothered with that anymore, so because colouring in takes forever. So yeah, just a little bit here and there. She says.
She says
yeah.
Amy does everything, and also she's incredible at everything. It's not like she's just dipping into all these things, and she's not like, oh, she's amazing at everything that she does.
Oh,
At one
thank you.
point for the show, she made like a whole DM screen that had actual
yeah.
lights in it that
It had
worked.
lights.
I forgot about that, yeah.
That's amazing.
It
I
was
have to say I was proud
incredible.
of the DM screen. I made some of the props as well, but I kind of comes from my cosplay background. So we made a spell book.
My
to be honest,
feet.
I love to get
My feet.
your
You
feet.
made my hooves.
Some lamb legs, some actual lamb legs.
Mhm.
And I
With
just
no context, that's a little.
My
made
feet.
legs.
We could use that in the
Yeah.
use that in the
Just getting the costumes
advertising.
together,
for
There's
the-
the intro.
Yeah.
You made my legs.
Honestly,
Also,
even just getting the
Amy drew a
costumes
lot of
together.
Amy drew a
Yeah.
lot of the like initial concept art for our characters, and that looked unreal. And then she helped us put all of our costumes together. She spent so much time making sure all of our costumes looked perfect.
Yeah, everyone looks so cool. Everyone looks so darn cool. So
Yeah, she
yeah.
did a
Really did.
great job.
Yeah,
I
you
have to
really
say,
did.
of all the costumes that I loved, it was actually getting Fia's together, because it was just I found a dress on Vinted and it was the perfect.
It was actually perfect. I described what I wanted to wear, and she like showed up with it. She
Ta-da!
just put it on Vinted. I have no idea how you did that, Amy. That was unreal.
Honestly, and obviously the artist who's done the art, is it Ellie?
Ellie, yeah,
she's
Ellie
literally
Arthur.
all of the costumes that we have. She has adjusted all the art to suit that costume, and everything just looks so professional and neat and tidy, and just like all the care in the world's gone in it. And you know, obviously, the more we talk about it, the more we're like, we can't wait to show you.
We can't
everything
wait
that
to
we've
watch
done,
it.
because it has been such a labor of love from every single person involved. Yeah. God, end of the year can't come soon enough. But yeah. So
Now, some of our listeners or watchers out there might have seen some of this group at Nerdfest Summer Edition over at Gateshead earlier in the year in July. These guys were part of the group with the green screen. We saw loads of people throughout the day posing with the green screen and on the in front of the scenes on the computer and chatting away with everybody. And you know, there was some one-shot games happening too. How did you find Nerdfest?
well, to be honest, I love going to local cons. I think they just show that there are people like us out there. Like, this is where we've all been hiding this entire time. But it's just everyone's so friendly and welcoming and supportive that you can just rock up, as we did, with a show that no one's ever heard of before, with a stand with just some characters on and a tiny virtual production screen, and people would come and they'd want to know more. And I think that's what's beautiful about things like Nerdfest, that you find you find your niche, you find the people that would appreciate it at the level that you'd appreciate it. Like Dan and Dave were the kind of stars of the show. Like Dan, I think, literally talked to every single person that came by. Oh, that's the doorbell. Ignore that. And same with Dave. And like I say, nobody was nervous about coming up. Everyone seemed like really impressed with what we were doing, and it was really exciting to be part of the kind of local nerdy community. So yeah.
We love Nerdfest. We're big fans of it. It was my first ever convention that I went to.
Oh, lush.
Yeah, when it was obviously I've only lived up in the Northeast for 10 years, but I didn't count myself as nerdy until after lockdown, and I was like, oh, okay, there's an event on, I'll go to it. And I took my little one, and Paul, who runs Nerdy Up North, this is my most vivid memory of that day. He flung a figure at me and was like, oh, you watch the podcast, here you go. And I was like, okay. And then obviously
this is my life now.
Yeah, and he is one of my bestest friends now. I was like, oh, okay. So I have a lot of love for Nerdfest, and I'm loving the fact it's at Gateshead now and there's a little bit more space. And
yeah, I think as well, the thing with Nerdfest as well, like if you've ever been to any of the bigger cons before, everything feels so corporate when it's bigger, and it feels a little bit cliquey as well. Like if you're not in the correct costume or you're not in the correct fandom, then you can feel a bit ostracized, or like we found that I was like 10 years older than most people there, and it was like, this sucks. Whereas like Nerdfest, because it's local, you know everybody, no one's judging, no one's gatekeeping anything. Like everyone's really friendly and inviting, and you get to know so many people through it. Like I think someone approached the table who does something similar, or in some way wants to get involved and help out in some way, and so you made contacts really easy as well. So and hopefully we'll get some guests as well who might want to join in. So
I think Jake, who's my DM for Daggerheart, was literally first in the queue for that, because he was the guy who was doing the MCing on the stage and stuff.
His white shirt.
Yeah, his white shirt. So he's literally first in the queue, I think.
And we're talking obviously Castle Coven as well. Obviously they're massive cosplayers as well. So it's I think between like even just the tables either side of where you probably made about 5 contacts who are all very similar minded as well. So
it's going to be great.
Very nice event to be at. And there's no pressure as well. Like you don't feel like pressurized to have to like stand at the side and like advertise your wares, like you're a terrible salesman. Like people just actively came to you. So, and that was, I would really appreciate being invited along. So, yeah.
I was gutted I couldn't be there. I was at a K-pop concert, admittedly, so I did
I
have
just
to
wanted
miss
to drop
it.
that
But
Excuse.
but I
Valid
was cheering
excuse.
you guys on in the stands,
Yeah, I
far
wanted to
away in
come as
London.
well, but I
I know.
just moved to Dundee at the time for my job.
It's quite a
Um,
trek as well, isn't it? Bless your heart.
Mhm.
yeah, also I'd literally just gotten the job, so there was no way for me to like take time off
Yeah.
and go in like my first week or so. But yeah, it would be good to go next
There'll be
time,
more in the
hopefully.
future. Yeah, there will.
Yeah.
I mean, especially when it comes to actually launching and things like that. We were trying to get Nerdfest to launch a Christmas edition.
Ooh.
Oh,
You know what? They really
fun.
should. No one seems to do events around November, December. It's like
Why,
October
That's a
seems to be the
really good
cut-off point.
idea.
We
We
argued the case. We
Yeah.
don't know if it's getting taken forward.
we did because we had Laura on just before Summer Nerdfest, and we did argue the case. We had a whole case, and it was good. So we're hoping that they're going to take it into account, and maybe next year.
I hope so too. That sounds good.
Well, you've got us on your side now, so we
Yeah.
can help. That's more numbers to argue
Listen
the
up,
case with.
Nerdfest. Christmas Nerdfest. Well, I think the next one after Fright Fest should be about Easter again. So hopefully we'll see if you guys can get in on that one.
Mhm.
Because
Well,
then
That'll be good
then
as well.
it'll be after launch then as well.
Yeah,
So
Absolutely.
exactly.
Mhm.
excellent.
Exciting times.
Right, I think I'm going to start winding this down now. But before we do that, I mean, me personally, I love seeing somebody new interest into like playing TTRPGs and like the younger kids and things like that coming into the D&D groups. And I mean, when my kids are older, I'm hoping to be able to run like some simple campaigns for them. Do you guys have any advice, having now played it yourselves, for anyone new to TTRPG?
For me, I love to make my character first. So kind of usually with my DM, I'll get a bit of a vibe of what the world is going to be, like what the theme of the story is going to be. And then I go into the back of my head and I think about all of the backstory and all of that kind of stuff. And then everything that comes down on paper after that, it all comes from this kind of like one backstory place that I have. So that's usually how I prefer to do it. So like get to know my character first before I put it on paper is usually what I would do. And also I would find then as well, like put in things like race and class come after that as well. So it's more just like how does my character fit into what I'm making rather than the other way around. That's usually how I prefer to do it. And also don't be scared. Just do it. Because I've had like acting experience in GCSE. I can't do like an accent or a voice to save my life. So doing that alongside these two very talented people here felt like a lot, but it's just you just go with it and you just have fun. And I think that comes across when you're playing as well as like just don't be shy, just let go and you'll have the best time if you do that.
Yeah, I think kind of to build off of that, the best advice I have for anybody going into kind of a TTRPG would be that this sounds weird, but you don't need to panic because it's not about you. And I think everybody goes in with like a bit of a fear because they're like, I have to do this, I have to perform, I have to come across this way or do this thing. But the biggest thing that it's about that you don't get anywhere else in life really is collaboration. It's about everyone else at the table, and
Yeah.
you and everyone else is going to have an amazing time as long as you remember that and you focus yourself, your game, everything around the other people who are there. And you make sure that you are listening and responding rather than just being like, I do this, I do that, I go here, I go there. It's like, oh, what are they doing? Like, how can I help with you doing that over there? Oh, what kind of questions can I ask to figure out what is happening with this character? It's not about you, it's about us, we, everybody. We do the adventure together as a unit. We don't do it as I. We don't do it as one. Like, you're gonna have so much fun if you just remember that it's everybody there that creates the experience. It makes it 10 times better.
It's great advice.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I'll probably just add to what they've already said. I mean, as a complete noob at the start of this, like jumping on to what Nicole said, don't be afraid to ask. Like in a real world situation, if you don't know what to do, you ask, and that's as Nicole said, that's the whole point of collaboration. It's like, I'm really stuck for this. Like, excuse me, lamb legs. Do you think you could come over and help me, or or whatever?
No.
Oh, that sounds like an inside joke.
Yeah,
That.
exactly. Like,
That
don't
sounds
be
like an
don't be
inside joke.
afraid to fail. Essentially, I know that sounds like a weird thing, because at the end of the day, that's where the best adventures come from. And as you were saying about kids, like I've already told my school that I want to sneak this into the curriculum, especially in history, because it's amazing communication skills. I know, right? Well, that's just what I want to do for history. It's got great communication skills to be practiced, collaboration, problem solving, role play. The whole, like, obviously speaking and listening is a big thing in school as well. You obviously also do your research. You also have to do like the literacy side of things. You have to, there's all of these different learning elements to it that I don't understand why it's not in school. I did see a guy on Instagram who does it. Sorry, I've just constantly seeing lights on my glasses. A guy who does it in America with his history students, and they did a D&D campaign on the Oregon Trail. So every table
Awesome.
was a group on a caravan, and then they had to problem solve, like, on their way to the other end of America. And obviously we'll be doing Queens and Victorian courts and things like that. So we were like, okay, if it was a Queen Elizabeth I court, right, as pestilence or something has broken out in the court, you are a maid, you are a knight, you are one of the well, obviously not with kids, you're one of the mistresses. Like, you all have a role in that court, and it's just about immersing them in history, because I found that the thing I really enjoyed about D&D was how immersed in it. Like, at one point you forget that you are yourself. You are no longer that person. You are Dexter or whoever, and your Bradley Magpie is your best friend in the whole wide world, and no one else matters. And just that element, I think kids would really, really jump on that. And I would encourage people to bring children in. I mean, when my son is older and can actually hold a sentence well, I would like to bring him into that, because he loves role play. Kids love dressing up. Kids love pretending to be pirates and dragons. And this is what, I mean, D&D is probably a little bit more complicated than that, but essentially you're playing a part, and that's a wonderful thing, I think, for the world. in a nutshell. So
without a doubt.
Cute.
Happy days. So my school don't get a choice. It will be happening. It will be happening. And now I have an excuse to ask a school to buy in on an order a lot of D20s. So
Dice
get a purchase order.
Dice.
You want purple pens, some rulers, erasers, and 100 D20 dice. Yes, yes I do. Why not?
Amazing.
Is that okay? Okay.
Sounds like my weekly shop.
I know, right?
Oh, brilliant. Those are all wonderful, wonderful things to take forward into, like, for advice for new people. I'm going to add a not so serious one on there. Don't always assume that the door you're trying to open is locked.
Try it. True.
Try the door
or breaking it down.
That's a good one.
Now Sophie's just laughing because she knows exactly what lamb legs would have done in that situation.
We've all had somebody in the group that has done exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Should I touch
Becca,
it?
why are you looking so
I'm
shitty?
gonna touch it.
Was it you?
It's gonna be me in any of these campaigns I've ever been in, to be fair. I'm gonna fireball it more than I'm gonna try and open it. So
I said cast fireball.
Yeah, it's gonna
I
be
did
me.
not ask how big the room was.
That is my storm sorcerer in a nutshell, to be fair.
Right. Okay, then Becca, have you got the next bit ready?
I am. I'm all ready.
we have a little tradition when we have guests on the show. For some random questions, we roll a dice. But I've got some dice for you to choose from, so it's not all. I've realised that I've had these on my laptop and they're actually quite heavy. And I've got one. There it is. Right. We have some D8s to roll. I have a big green one. And one's just stick to my dice tray.
There are two goblins behind you.
There are
stealing your
goblins.
dice.
So we have the big green one. There he is. Stop stealing things. We have little purple one. We have clear sparkle. We have glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Black sparkle.
This is a lot.
Pink
There is a
sparkle.
lot. She's got a
There's
lot.
a lot.
I've already forgotten.
I've got 8d8. Blue sparkle, and I've got one with a knife inside it.
I love how it was all like sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Yep.
Knife.
Nice. Brilliant.
I mean, I'd love to Bagsy the purple if that's all right.
The purple's absolutely fine. We will give that a roll. I don't have a camera for this, so you'll have to trust me on the numbers. 3.
Number 3.
What? Oh, this is the one that comes up every single
This one
time.
comes up every single time.
What fictional world would you like to live in for a month?
Oh my god, do I get to pick? Would it
So
be
you
bad
forget about
if
every
No, I was like, would it be bad if I picked Lumia? But I'm like, if you haven't played Expedition 33, you might not know. But
I haven't played it, but I know of it.
okay, yeah, I would.
Also, like, why would you want to live there? Wouldn't you be
Well,
dead?
it depends. Spoilers.
Are you
I
going
wouldn't
to
be
fix
dead.
it?
Okay. Okay.
It's just so beautiful. I love the artwork. I love the music. I love like all the character design in there as well. And I just think it to be within that, like, yeah, that would just be really cool. And the outfits and the little powers and everything. Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah. Nicole, where would you live for a month?
Oh, is it the same question?
Yeah,
for
it's
everyone?
all of you.
We'll do the question for everybody, and then we'll roll another dice. We'll do like maybe 3 or 4. See what we do.
Ooh.
Where would I like to live? That's a good question. I think okay, this is a bit weird, but there's a game that I really like, called Rune Factory, right? So that's just Rune Factory written in katakana, in like Japanese katakana. And basically they all just they all have amnesia. So they don't remember where they came from, but they all just kind of live a happy little life, going on adventures and farming on the back of dragons.
You're happy
Wow.
at dragons.
I was not expecting that.
Dragons,
to be
yeah.
that
Yeah.
We're big dragon fans.
Yeah, and they all have like little sheep friends that guide them around, and
That's cute.
it's just really cute. And it's just a nice atmosphere. And they all kind of make friends with everybody. Everybody has to talk to each other every day. It's like a rule, and that's kind of nice.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Amy?
Is it like any fantasy world?
Any
Like,
world.
anywhere.
Okay. I guess with us reading a lot recently, I'm going to be really boring and say Valaris from
Yes.
Akatar. Yeah. So yeah, the Night Court.
Of
Like,
course.
It's just
Of
yeah,
course.
obviously. It sounds like a really nice chill place to be
Yeah.
when it's not at war. Yeah. Akatar is what got me back into reading, so I kind of, I suppose, there's a place in my heart for that to get me back on that bandwagon.
Have
Like
you read?
you guys collect dice, I collect books and a TBR.
Have you read
that's like a million
Have
mile
you
long.
Have you read Fourth
Yeah.
Wing?
Yeah. Unpopular opinion, not a massive fan.
I prefer Dragon Riders of Fern.
I liked Fourth Wing. I didn't enjoy Iron Flame, and I have yet to read Onyx Storm. So, but yeah, if you like dragons, there's an indie author I'm following who's kind of blowing up on TikTok at the moment. It's just called Ange T. Dalton, and she's written The Scars Within, and it's basically, I suppose it's like a fan fiction of Fourth Wing, but it's like another Dragon Academy type thing, and that seems to be blowing up at the moment. But
I will
to
check
go
it
back
out.
to your question, Polaris.
It's a good one.
While we've got you there, Amy, do you want to choose the next dice?
Yeah, I'll have the one with the dagger, I suppose. I was
dagger.
going to go for purple because I know that Dexter has purple hair, but she also has tiny little daggers.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm a purple person. You
It's
can tell
fine.
by the bright
I've
light
seen your
behind
book,
me.
yeah.
2.
Food item you cannot live without.
A what?
What is your a food item you cannot live without?
I think I said item. I was going to go with my son, I suppose. A food item.
Don't eat him.
No.
You know what it is? That's a
How
really
is he an
difficult question.
item?
I know. I feel like that's really difficult for me to answer, but I'm such a sugar fan. Like, my breakfast in the morning is either usually a Twix, a packet of Rolos, or there was a Kit Kat this morning. So I guess all kind of chocolatey biscuits seems to be something. But I used to always say that my favorite kind of food item was red licorice, but like proper red licorice, like not the thick
Right.
stuff and not the laces, like proper old school, go to a traditional sweet shop, red licorice. So I figure that would be something Dexter would keep in her side pocket. But yeah, I suppose that's what I couldn't live without, because it's a nice little treat. And if it didn't exist anymore, I think life would be duller without it, I guess.
Yeah.
Although I do like just toast, like Warburton's white bread. It's
With proper butter.
that is literally my food most night, like my tea most nights. So the little toasties, like the little toasty loaves
Mm.
of white Warburton's bread. That.
Sophie, what about you?
Mine would have to be Papa John's jackfruit pepperoni pizza.
Ooh.
So I'm not vegan, but I am vegetarian. So real cheese, fake meat on a Papa John's pizza. That would be fine.
I'll be 2 seconds, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right?
Nicole, how about you?
Kimchi.
Kimchi.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Obsessed with kimchi. It's spicy, it's juicy, it's flavorful, it goes with literally everything. It's good for your gut. It's the best thing ever. And also, I'm super lazy. So for me, just like a brilliant lunch is a bowl of rice, with just a load of kimchi on top.
Ooh, yeah.
So good. It's so
Delicious.
tasty.
Nice. Right, I think you haven't chosen a dice, have you, Nicole?
No.
Ooh,
Not
make it a good one.
We've got
What
three
about-
left to choose from.
I think you cut out then, sir.
Sorry. Did you choose a dice there?
No, but was there a black one?
There's a black sparkly one.
I'll have the black sparkly
Black
one,
spark.
please.
Come on, that 20.
Oh, 4.
Ooh.
These rules are like very, very.
They're quite
similar
low,
to-
aren't they?
It's just
Not
it's
going well.
D8s. They're all
It's only
D8s.
D8s.
Oh,
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
They're only D8s.
Do you have any guilty pleasures in movies?
Movies, guilty
Mhm.
pleasures. See, I don't even know if you'd call it a guilty pleasure, but I just really love like Pixar movies. And I don't know if you could even call that a guilty pleasure, but sometimes people are weird about animation and they're like, that's not for adults. And I don't really know why that's a thing. But any new Pixar movie that comes out, I will go see it in cinema. I just really like it. They're always really fun. They're always well written,
Yeah.
nice atmosphere. Yeah.
Cool. Amy?
My guilty pleasure is I love cheesy action movies. Like my top films are like, well, obviously I don't think The Fifth Element's too cheesy, but that's my favorite movie of all time.
Amazing film.
Great movie.
True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger
Right, yeah.
and The Demolition Man.
Oh,
Like,
excellent choices there.
I know, right? But I just love that they don't take themselves too seriously. It's like that. Is it Lonely Island who sing Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that
Oh
kind of thing.
yeah.
It's that kind of thing. Like I love movies like that. Like when I go to the cinema, I don't want to have to think too much. I don't want to. I want to
Yes.
escape. I just want to see something really cheesy and ridiculous. And like Fast and the Furious movies, I really love just because they're just so like. But then you come out wanting to put your nitrous oxide in your Ford car and drive off at 90 miles an hour
Yeah.
down the A19. But yeah, it's my guilty pleasure. Like cheesy action movies. Yeah.
I call them turn your brain off movies. That's what I call them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. I just love. I do love a turn your brain off movie. But yeah, like Nicole said as well, like animations. I want to see Demon Slayer, the Infinity Castle, and it's just beautiful. It's stunning. It's like you can't fault that there's animation that's again very much like Crits and Gigs. You put your heart and soul into it, and it shows. So, but yeah, that's my answer.
Cool. How about you, Sophie?
Guilty pleasure. That's hard because I've tried to unlearn guilty pleasures a little bit. They're just things that I'm trying to own a little bit more.
Yeah.
I do also love a switch your brain off movie, but mine are more in like a comedy realm or horror. I do love just like a silly horror movie as well. And we haven't talked about K-pop Demon Hunters while we've been filming. So if you want to talk animation and a good soundtrack,
It's a
I guess
great
that
movie.
would be
yeah.
that would be my guilty pleasure for sure.
It's unreal.
It's a good
Love
one.
that movie.
It's great. It's great. We've watched it a couple of
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even
quite a few
sound
times in my
bad.
household.
Just a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
Couple of hundred maybe. Yeah, my son's my oldest son's 7 and he's just got into it because of somebody in his class said, "Oh, you should watch it." And yeah, he watched it 4 times just in one day over the
Nice.
weekend. My
That's crazy.
daughter,
I would never.
No, who would do that?
Like,
That's
what are you talking
wild.
about?
my daughter is very much getting into K-pop in general now because of that. Because we're generally playing music during the day while we're pottering or working, and a lot of Japanese music comes on through the day, and she's just like there bopping away to it.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
Golden is the song that we leave our class to every day. Like that's how the parents hear me open the door. We're going up. Hello, parents. Take your children. But honestly, you've never heard kids
Thank
be
you.
so enthusiastic about a song, singing a song as you do
Yeah.
to any of the K-pop
Oh,
Yeah.
that's very cute.
Cuties.
Oh dear. Right. Okay, then let's start to wrap this up then.
I know. I love
Have
how
you
rosy
got-
cheeked we all are now.
Oh, I'm so warm. I should have put my fan on. Have you got anything else that you'd like to add to what we've spoken about, or anything else to promote? And of course, we'll add any links, such as the Instagram, to obviously Crits and Gigs below the video.
So we're also making a game show that's like kind of nerd focused called Nat Ones, which is like a take on Hot Ones.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a fun game show where you kind of get penalties for different things. If you roll a 1, you kind of get a fun penalty where you can't see or hear, or you become really small or really big, or like, it's an interesting, fun kind of D&D focused game show.
Nice. When's that's coming about?
I think the pilot is already finished.
All right, yeah.
When did he say? We've already shot the pilot. People will just have to wait for that one. That's what he said.
Okay.
Fair enough.
But the pilot is done, so hopefully soon.
We'll definitely
Just
keep an
have
eye
some
out for it.
socials that we can link below.
Yeah, so the Instagram is just Crits and Gigs. I think that's right, isn't it? And the
It's like
same, just at Crits and Gigs, at Crits and Gigs, yeah.
Yeah.
I can write that down if you need. So that's Instagram, and there's also TikTok. And he said there will be other social channels popping up, but
That's fine.
for now,
I can track you all down. It's fine.
perfect.
For the show notes, I'll track you down. Don't you worry.
Becca's good at the socials.
Thank you.
Right. Anything else to add to that, Sophie or Amy?
I think there was just a little bit there. I'm just reading all of the notes that we got given before we came on here, sneakily off
Not
to
allowed
my
to
other
say.
screen. It looks like there is season 2 of D&D actual play is in pre-production. So
Ooh.
we've got that coming.
Mhm.
There's no name or anything yet, but it will go into the world of Quandary, which is where season 1 is also set. Socials have been a little bit quiet so far, but we have been filming some content, so this should be getting a bit more fleshed out as we come up closer to the release of season 1 as well.
Ooh. Yeah. Awesome. Really looking forward to it. But yes, thank you so much, guys, for agreeing to come on for a chat. It's always great to have guests on the pod. So how about you guys out there? Are you excited to see Crits and Gigs in action? Don't forget, you can comment below or join us in conversation on the Discord or the Facebook page. Come and have a conversation. Now it's spooky month. It is October as of recording. So the next 2 episodes we've got coming up are suitably themed. We've been working with Chris from Top Grumps or Anime Club as well to do a couple of shorts about local ghost stories or cryptid tales. So keep an eye out for them. I believe they're going out on YouTube. As ever, we've got Monster Mondays, Top Grump Tuesdays, Rumblecast Wednesdays, Anime Club on Friday, Countdown to Doomsday. You've got us, you've got the main pod, as well as a few other bits and bobs in between. Nerdy Up North really does have something for all your nerdy needs. Cheesy. So thank you once again, guys. Thank you to Sophie, thank you to Amy, thank you to Nicole. And we can't wait to see the show. And it's time to sign off.
Yes.
Thank you
so-
guys so much for having us. That was so much
you.
fun.
Thank you.
That was a
Appreciate you letting us
pleasure.
listen
Thank
to us.
you.
Yes. But keep your hearts full and your fandoms fierce, and we will see you guys next time. Bye bye.